In the previous lesson, you learned about creating and editing a few simple shapes. In this video, I just want to introduce you to editing with the pen tool in Figma. Now, it's really similar to the ways pen tools work in other programs like Adobe Illustrator, but it's got a few tricks up its sleeve. So let's take a look. What we'll do is we're going to draw an icon, another icon out here. So start out by selecting the rectangle tool, and let's draw a rectangle right here. Just keep it kind of simple. And we'll just create another rectangle. It's going to go right on top, and then we'll punch it out just to make part of our shape. So click the rectangle tool again, and just make a little rectangle right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit by pressing the plus key. With that selected, go ahead and drag it. And what you can do if you want to is use the smart guides to align things. You can also select multiple objects and use the alignment options right up here. Select both objects. Come up to the top to the Boolean operations. You can also right click and do a lot of different things here. And we're going to say subtract selection, and that should remove it. Now we've got an object that what I want to do is make this look like a sort of like a file box of sorts. So we're going to keep drawing here. Now we're going to use the pen tool to do this. So we're going to edit this object to continue. So double click on it. That should allow you to kind of get in here. And if you look, it actually selects rectangle 3 here. Now if you look up top, you're going to see that we have a button called Edit Object. If we were to double click on this again like we did in the previous video, that's the same thing. So if you click Edit Object, you'll see that we have some different options now up here. If you come to the pen tool and click on the arrow, you have a pen tool and a pencil tool. Pencil tool is definitely more freeform, like drawing with a pencil on paper. But if you come to the pen tool, what you can do is you can actually continue drawing here. You can have more than one path come off of an individual node or anchor point. So if you hover over an anchor point, you should see this circle fill there. Click. And you can go out here and start clicking to make other objects. And you'll see that smart guides are going to help us align these. Now, we're not going to make this perfect. If we wanted it to be perfect, we would flip it, rotate it, do all that kind of stuff and reflect it. Well, once I do that, we've got ourselves a shape. Now, we can keep drawing here. This is kind of cool. You're making multiple paths on that same path there. There we go. Just keep going. And I'll make it look similar. There we go. Now, once we're done here, we could, if we want to, come to an individual anchor point and drag it or move it or do all kinds of things. You can even reshape or bend paths using the bend tool. I don't really want to do that, but we can also tell it what to fill with a color. So if you come up here, you'll see that we have the paint bucket tool. Click on that. It's going to use the same fill that the rest of the shape had. Now, what we want to do is this. We want to hover over areas, and we're going to see a plus or we're going to see a minus. If you click when you see a minus, now don't do it here. It's going to do some weird things. You're going to actually subtract color. If you click when you see a plus, like come into this area, it's going to add color in that area. So you can click to add or click to subtract. So we're using the paint bucket tool to tell it what to fill essentially. Now, if you press escape, you can come out of that editing mode. If you want to change the fill color of this, what we can do is select the entire object by coming over to the layers panel, clicking on subtract, coming back over to fill, click on the fill color, and you can choose a color if you want to, or you can choose the eyedropper and go out and sample the blue color right over here. There we go. And then I'll close this up. Now, if it didn't work for you the first time, you can always go back over here and click on fill to do it. Now, we can apply things like strokes if we want to. You can put a stroke around the object. You can have multiple strokes. Within the strokes here, you can go in and change the color. You can change the opacity, change the weight, the alignment, and there's also a lot of options here for changing dashes and all kinds of stuff if you want to do that. Now, I don't really want a stroke, so I'll click the minus to get rid of it. And there we go. We've got ourselves a shape. And if you move it around and take a look, you're going to see it's actually going to show you that you can see through it. That's cool. So we got both icons out here. Now, like I said, I just wanted to kind of introduce you to the pen tool editing. There are a lot of things you can do and a lot of paths you can take, no pun intended. But you can hopefully see that the pen tool is actually really powerful and can be a little bit different from other programs. With most of the drawn vector content taken care of, we're going to start to add some other kinds of images and vector content by importing that content and discovering how to mask or hide parts of content.